In June 2025, the Lakers, a franchise built on 11 championships and a $3 billion TV deal, were sold for a record $10 billion. How does a dynasty like this, run by the Buss family for over 4 decades, end up forced to sell? This isn't about lost passion. The truth is, the very spectacle Jerry Buss engineered an entertainment powerhouse, fueled by fixed TV revenue and exploding player costs, created financial pressures even a legendary family couldn't contain. Mark Walter, already a 26% owner, steps in as the new majority buyer, while Jeannie Buss stays on as governor. The result is a collision of legacy and modern business. To understand how it came to this, we have to go back to 1979. Jerry Buss's arrival in Los Angeles wasn't just the beginning of a new ownership era. It was the start of a revolution in how basketball was experienced.
I've never had a group of men like this team do so much, minute by minute, week by week, month by month. I think we played 108 games, and they've given everything they had, and this is the end result.
In 1979, Buss purchased the Lakers, the Forum, and the LA Kings for $67.5 million. But what set him apart was his vision. He saw the Lakers not just as a basketball team, but as the centerpiece of a Hollywood production. The game itself became only one part of the night. Buss introduced the Laker girls, live music, and courtside seats filled with A-list celebrities, fusing sports and entertainment in a way no one had before. This approach didn't just fill seats. It created a cultural event that drew fans from every corner of the city and eventually the world. The Showtime era quickly took off. Magic Johnson became the face of the spectacle, leading a team that played fast, flashy basketball perfectly suited to the bright lights of Los Angeles. The Lakers won championships, but just as important, they became a brand. The Forum transformed into a place where you might see Jack Nicholson, Diane Cannon, or any number of famous faces sitting just feet from the action. The Laker girls and the band kept the energy high during every timeout, and the entire experience made Lakers games a must-see event. This entertainment-first approach set a new standard for the NBA and brought in a fiercely loyal fan base. As the Lakers kept winning, the franchise's value soared. The $67.5 million investment in 1979 became a $10 billion empire by 2025. Jerry Buss's strategy turned the Lakers into one of the most recognizable sports franchises on the planet, and every championship only added to the legend. But there was a cost to this success. The Showtime machine required constant investment not just in players, but in every detail of the experience. There were costs for choreography, music, marketing, and high-profile in-game presentations. Every new superstar demanded more, not just on the court, but off it as well. When Shaquille O'Neal arrived, the Lakers spent big to keep the roster competitive and the spectacle alive. The Kobe era brought another wave of spending, and with LeBron James, the stakes only grew higher. Since Jeannie Buss took over in 2013, the Lakers spent over $1.5 billion on player salaries and luxury taxes alone, a figure that highlights how keeping up with expectations became a financial marathon. For the Buss family, inheriting the Lakers meant inheriting a global entertainment brand with operational costs that far exceeded the NBA's salary cap. Every year, the pressure to deliver both championships and a world-class show mounted. The very formula that made the Lakers valuable also made them vulnerable. The franchise's transformation from a $67.5 million team to a $10 billion powerhouse was Jerry Buss's legacy, but it came with a standard that was nearly impossible to sustain. So, while the Lakers brand kept growing, the financial demands kept climbing. The Showtime engine Jerry Buss built powered the team to greatness, but it also locked the family into a cycle of ever-increasing costs. This relentless drive to maintain the spectacle set the stage for a new kind of challenge, one where even a billion-dollar TV deal couldn't guarantee financial security. Behind the glamour and global brand, the Lakers were locked into what insiders called the golden handcuffs. The $3 billion Spectrum TV deal signed in 2012 and set to run for 20 years looked like a financial windfall at first. For a while, it was the envy of the league and a guaranteed revenue stream. But as time went on, that fixed income became a limitation. Player salaries and luxury tax penalties didn't just rise, they exploded. The NBA's financial landscape shifted, but the Lakers' main revenue source stayed the same, leaving the team with less flexibility than their rivals. Since Jeannie Buss took over as controlling owner in 2013, the Lakers spent over $1.5 billion on player salaries and luxury tax payments combined, ranking 8th in the league during that period. That's a massive outlay, but with so much of their income locked in, the team found itself asset-rich, cash-poor. The Lakers were worth billions on paper, yet their yearly operating cash was getting squeezed. This reality led to tough, sometimes surprising decisions. Insiders started to notice the Lakers hesitating on moves that once would have been automatic. For example, negotiations with Tyronn Lue for the head coaching job reportedly broke down over a $1 million salary gap. Another stunner, Alex Caruso, a fan favorite and key role player, left for the Bulls after the Lakers offered $21 million, far short of the $37 million Chicago put on the table. These weren't just isolated incidents. They were signs of a franchise feeling the pinch, forced to be selective about where every dollar went. This was a shocking shift for a team built on the idea of sparing no expense. But it wasn't about mismanagement, it was about the math. The Lakers' financial model, built for an earlier era, was being outpaced by the modern NBA's escalating costs and a new breed of ownership with nearly unlimited resources. The family-run business, once a competitive advantage, was now a vulnerability. The pressure only intensified as the future came into focus. Luka Doncic, one of the league's brightest stars, became eligible for a 4-year, $229 million extension, a commitment that would bring enormous long-term payroll pressure. At the same time, LeBron James held a $52.6 million player option for the upcoming season, adding another massive short-term obligation. Committing to both would have triggered hundreds of millions in additional luxury tax payments, pushing the family's finances to the breaking point. The Buss family faced an impossible choice: keep the team competitive and risk financial instability, or step aside and let someone with deeper pockets take over. The decision to sell wasn't about giving up on the Lakers' legacy, it was about survival, protecting the future of the franchise. With fixed TV revenue and runaway luxury taxes, who could step in with the balance sheet to take on this challenge? Mark Walter was no stranger to the Lakers organization when the sale went through. As CEO of TWG Global and controlling owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Walter had already spent years inside the LA sports world, and his approach to ownership is as deliberate as it is distinct. In 2021, he quietly acquired a 26% minority stake in the Lakers, a move that included the right of first refusal if the Buss family ever decided to sell. That single deal gave him a front row seat to the Lakers' operations and positioned him perfectly to step in when the time came. Walter's reputation as the anti-Jerry Jones isn't just a catchy label, it's backed up by results and philosophy. A league executive summed it up: Walter runs a team like a real business. Since his first full season as Dodgers owner in 2013, Los Angeles has won more games than any other Major League Baseball team, made the playoffs 12 consecutive times, and captured 2 World Series titles. This isn't luck or a flash in the pan. It's the product of a system built on sustained investment in infrastructure, deep analytics, and a willingness to let experts lead. Instead of dominating headlines or dictating baseball decisions, Walter hired proven executives like Stan Kasten and Andrew Friedman, then gave them the resources and autonomy to build a powerhouse. This marks a sharp departure from the Buss family's legacy, where loyalty and personal relationships often shape the team's direction. Under Jerry and Jeannie Buss, the Lakers were famously lean in their front office, often relying on a tight circle of trusted advisors. Emotional connections influenced everything from coaching hires to player contracts. In contrast, Walter's Dodgers built one of the largest analytics departments in baseball and poured money into scouting, player development, and state-of-the-art facilities. The focus shifted from nostalgia and personal loyalty to maximizing every edge through data and expertise. For Lakers fans, this change is both reassuring and unsettling. The promise is clear: a more professionalized, stable front office, decisions grounded in analytics, not sentiment, and a greater emphasis on developing young talent through advanced scouting and resource allocation. The days of handing out loyalty contracts to aging stars or letting personal history dictate strategy are likely over. Instead, every move will be scrutinized for its impact on long-term sustainable contention, just as Walter has done with the Dodgers. But while Walter's model promises consistency, it signals a very different era for fans who grew up on that Buss family intimacy. The emotional fabric that defined the Lakers for decades is giving way to a new kind of ownership. one driven by efficiency, expertise, and the realities of billion-dollar business. This $10 billion sale marks the largest in U.S. sports history, a testament to how the Lakers brand outgrew even its legendary roots. For the Buss family, this wasn't about walking away, it was about recognizing when the business of basketball demands more than tradition can provide. Magic Johnson's reaction said it best. The Lakers are in great hands, the legacy continues, the ripple effect is immediate. NBA expansion is now front and center, with the Board of Governors already scheduling committee talks and expansion fees rumored to reach $6 billion per team. What does it take to own a sports franchise today? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Does private equity change the soul of a team, or is this just the next step in the evolution of sports?